Hello, my name is Phil Burnell, more commonly known as DSP or Darkside Phil on the internet, and I run a YouTube channel called DSPGaming. It's been my job for over 13 years at this point, and I'm a full-time internet content creator and live streamer. Although I am a long-time content creator and streamer, sadly there is a malicious community of people that follow me around the internet who don't like me. And they've done things over the years to hurt me and my family because they don't like me for various reasons. But that's not why we're here today. I am broadcasting a special stream and recording this for YouTube as a way to document what is going on in my life right now and as a cry for help, because I need help right now with this situation, and it seems like absolutely no one is willing to help. So allow me to explain what's going on, because to be clear, I don't like drama. I didn't want to make this video. I'm supposed to be doing my standard broadcast today. As you can see, here's my setup. I'm supposed to be doing a podcast, playing a video game, and I'm not unable to do that because my internet has been compromised and keeps getting interrupted or reset. Okay? So allow me to tell you a story, because I need to tell you the background story in order for this to make sense. However, my internet likely will go down while I tell this story, and if it does, I am recording this locally and will upload this to the YouTube channel after the fact so that you are aware of what's really going on in its full entirety without being interrupted. Okay? My tale I'm about to tell you is going to sound very creepy and it's going to sound very weird, but it's very true, and I have evidence to back it up. Okay? So, over the years, as I have been a live streamer, here on YouTube, as I said, there's certain people who don't like me for various different reasons, and we're not here to discuss that. What we're here to discuss is what I've been through. Because over the years, on and off, I have had internet issues. My internet all of a sudden resetting and going down out of nowhere. Things being messed up in my modem. And there's been multiple times over the years where I've had to involve my ISP, who is COMCAST. Now, COMCAST is the parent company. They have divisions. Xfinity is the division that is for residential service, but I have two business line internets in my home. Okay? So I deal with the Comcast business portion of them. I don't deal with anything Xfinity whatsoever. So if I have a problem, I have to call Comcast business customer support and go through that process. All right? Now, they're a little different. They have 24/7 support, but if you call after hours, you end up talking with someone who's across the globe, who doesn't have the same access and or power to do things as if you call during business hours. So technically, even though they have 24/7 support, if you call after normal, like office hours, they can't help you with anything. Okay? They just, okay, well, tomorrow something will happen, right? So anyway, there's been many times in the 9.5 years now that I've had Comcast business where something's going on with my internet and we can't figure out what the deal is. Is there something in the lines? Is there some malicious activity going on? Most of the time what ends up happening is a tech comes out to the house. They look at the modem. They look at everything. They can't really figure anything out. A lot of the times we just do like a hard modem swap and it fixes the issue. Or we think it does. Okay? I have not had any consistent internet issues in a while. So, unbeknownst to me, thinking there's really nothing going on. Okay? But obviously that's not the case, because right now I'm in a situation but I'm not even kidding you, right now the internet just went down. So this person just, as you're about to hear as I tell this story, is resetting my internet right now. All right? Like, they're literally doing it this very moment to me. Okay? See? People in the chat are actually freaking out. They're going, oh my God, look at this. The internet went down. Yep. Because this person is maliciously doing this to me over and over. Okay? So right now, as I am talking with you, the internet just reset. Okay? Now I think it's coming back, but it's going to keep doing that. Watch. It's going to keep going out, coming back, going out, coming back over the course of the stream, as I told you it would. All right? So for those live, you're coming back. This is going to happen multiple times probably during this stream. There's nothing you can do about it. If it happens, just deal with it. It should come back within a minute or two. Okay? Okay? All right, but I'm recording locally, so I'll keep going now. All right? So, here's what's going on, and here is basically how all of this came to light in the last 30 days or so. Okay? So, it's kind of weird because every once in a while, all right, every once in a while, something very weird will happen at a very important time, right? I'll be in the middle of something very, very important. Like, I'm on a podcast that's super important. Or, you know, I'm in the middle of a great big marathon and there's important stuff going on, and all of a sudden my internet will go out. And everyone's looking at it like, what? Well, isn't it weird that Phil's internet always works until there's like a really important thing going on, and then all of a sudden it doesn't work, right? Like, what's going on with that? So it's weird because everyone's, you know, saying, is it paranoia or is it just that, you know, it's bad luck? Like, what is it that's actually going on, right? Don't know. We don't know what's going on with this. What's causing it, all right? So if you guys remember, a little over a month ago, I want to say it was October 26, 2023. Because, by the way, today is November 28th, 2023, just to document the date and here. About a month ago, my internet kept going out during a live stream. And no one, like, what is going on? Why does it keep happening? There's one thing if there's a blip in the line, because when there's noise in the line, you'll see the internet connection go like this. It'll be like, oh, you're in the green, now you're yellow, now you're red, now you're orange, now you're green, now you're yellow, now you're red. It'll just keep going like this, right? But in this case, all right, the internet just goes flat out, dead, signal drops, then has to reconnect, then signal drops, then has to reconnect. So this has happened to me before, and I'm thinking it's a DDoS attack, meaning, or DDoS attack, meaning someone somehow has gotten my IP address and they're sending packets of data to knock me off the internet. But the weird thing about that is when you get DDoS attacked, you can see that in your modem or router settings. Like, you can go inside of your modem or router and you can actually look at settings and you can see, you know, like, oh, packets of data hit the firewall or whatever. So you can tell when that's happening. There's actually evidence of it. And there's no evidence of that. All right? So that whole day, I was trying to figure this out. We couldn't figure it out. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to work or whatever. This really sucks. So if you remember, the next day was my day off. It was a Thursday. But then Friday, I had a Comcast business tech come out here. What happened was that afternoon, I called Comcast business. I explained the situation to them. And, of course, they say, well, we don't know what's going on. We can't tell from our end. I mean, no kidding, right? All they can do is remotely test your modem. You know, run a few tests. If you wonder what I'm doing, I'm decompressing my back. They could run some tests. They could do some things remotely to try to figure out what's going on, but they don't really have the ability to do much. You know, it's really, they have to have a tech come out to your house. And I will tell you this, techs that are, you know, under Comcast usually are very intelligent, very nice people, and they do their absolute best to help you out the most they can when they're at your home. Okay? So, they sent out a tech that Friday to my house, all right, in order to look at what was going on with my internet. So this would have been like October 28th or something like that, okay? And you guys know, because I was on the stream and I said, okay, when the tech's here, I'm going to go offline or whatever. So the tech showed up, ran, you know, testing everything, trying to figure everything out. He's like, there's nothing wrong with the lines. There is nothing wrong with your modem. He says, so let's go into the modem and look at settings and things. And he goes in there and he's like, what, you know, what is all this? Like, do you know what any of this stuff is? And I'm like, I don't know what this stuff is. All right. So what I would like to do, so to show you the first piece of kind of evidence of stuff that's going on with me, this is what he finds inside of my modem. You ready? Now, I don't know how big this is going to be. I'm probably going to have to blow it up. Okay. So the bottom is just, it shows what devices are connected locally. There's no information there that's important. But what you should look at is the information at the top. Someone had gone into my modem, all right, and actually set up content blocks, content filtering, all right, in order to prevent me to go on certain websites. And they blocked certain words inside of my modem, all right? So they wanted to prevent me from going to YouTube. They wanted to prevent me from going to Twitter. They wanted to prevent me from being able to access my PayPal. And they wanted to block the words Twitter, Phil, and DSPGaming so I would have no access at all to that content. All right? So, I mean, of course this was confusing. Here I'm thinking my internet's going down. It's not. Someone actually went into my modem and changed the settings, unbeknownst to me, without my permission, to filter content. Okay? And you might say, well, that's creepy. Yeah, it is. Because you got to wonder, who has access to the modem? Well, when you think about it, who would? Me? Or my ISP, Comcast? That's it. There's literally no other way that you can get into that modem. All right? No way. And the thing is that you could argue, well, maybe you've had that modem for so long, someone got the information. No, I've swapped modems multiple times and everything, right? No. And so I went ahead with that Comcast tech, and we looked at the logs, and in the logs, it says right in the logs of that modem, it is a Comcast employee that logged into the modem and made those changes. It says it right there. It doesn't say customer login or anything. It says their own rep login. They did it. Okay? So, we have the evidence. You know, plain as day. We have evidence that this is happening, that someone at Comcast, someone who is employed by that company, my ISP, has access to my modem and is going into my modem and changing settings and doing things. Okay? So this was October 28th, okay, that this happened. And basically, the tech that was here was dumbfounded. He's like, dude, I've never seen anything like this before. Obviously, this is crazy. He called his manager, who's the regional tech manager out here in Washington or whatever, told him the whole story. He, of course, was dumbfounded, had never heard anything like this. He says, so here's what we're going to do. He says, there's two things that can be done. He says, number one, we're going to obviously launch an investigation into this, okay? And we'll let you know, you should get a call or whatever, or, he even gave me the regional manager's number and said, you can call the regional manager as a follow-up, if you're not hearing anything concrete from us, to say what's going on, we'll let you know. Okay? So this was October 28th, I was told this. Now, the other thing that you can do, if you absolutely are in a situation here where, it keeps happening, you can go buy your own modem. Like, you can go buy a cable modem that's not ours. And if you buy a cable modem that's not Comcast, then it's your own property. They can't log in. They can't mess with the settings. They can't do anything to it because it's not our modem. So you have the option to do that. And I'm like, yeah, but is it really fair that I should have to go out and spend hundreds of dollars to buy my own cable modem to avoid this? Okay. Right? So, and by the way, can I disable ads on this fucking thing? I'm going to try to disable, anytime I see an ad, I'm going to try to disable it, because it's more important to me that you guys hear the story than ads run on this fucking thing, okay? But we'll see what happens. Thank you, Freaky Professor, for the super chat. Thank you to the Jostler. Like I said, I'll do shout-outs. I appreciate that. But obviously, this is an important story. This is just the beginning of the story. This is just the very beginning, okay? So, here's the thing. So this tech leaves my house, and I start to think to myself, wait a minute. What about all those times over the last few years when all of a sudden my internet would go out when I was in the middle of something important? And it dawned on me. The Side Scrollers podcast. When I was on that podcast in March, all of a sudden my internet went out exactly the same way that it was going out then. It just went off for a minute or two and then came back. And that was when all that crap went down on the Side Scrollers podcast, if you remember. Remember that? That came back, and all of a sudden now Keemstar's on the show and all this drama and all this shit's going on. Right in the middle of my interview. And I'm thinking to myself, that's exactly what happened. This is some kind of a malicious person at Comcast who works for the company, who doesn't like me, and actually has been striking down my internet and fucking with my business over the years whenever they felt like it, because they thought it either was funny or it would hurt me or whatever it was. Okay? So, basically, it's now dawning on me. I'm like, I can't believe this. Alright? But this is absolutely true. What's going on? This must be it. What else could it be? How is it that every time that something important is going on, my internet goes out, right? So, this is all happening in my head. Now, this was October 28th. Okay? Since October 28th, I had no internet issues. And I'm thinking, gee, maybe this person wised up and realized, oh, well, if I keep doing this, I'm going to get caught. right? Like, I'm leaving a trail, because there's a trail. Like, you can see a login from an employee that says they logged into the modem. The evidence is there, okay? So basically, I'm thinking, you know, maybe this person wised up and they're going to try to cover their tracks. They're going to try to make it so that they, you know, this is happening and they don't want to make sure that they don't get caught, so that way they don't get fired, or, I mean, let's be honest, be arrested, because this is malicious. This isn't just, oh, we're messing. This is malicious stuff that's happening, right? So nothing's been going on for the last month. But what happened in the last month? I got really sick. I got a really bad cold, flu. It might have even been COVID. So for like over a week, I was knocked out. So I didn't follow up on any of this going on because I was too sick. By the time I came back, I was trying to play catch up and everything with the business. So, you know, to be honest, did it really did I forget about it? No. But I was so already wrapped up in everything else. And by the way, my internet was going fine, no problems. So I'm thinking in my head, all right, so it's not a big deal then. I'll just, you know, maybe they took care of it. Maybe they did this internal investigation. They checked the logs. They found out who it was. They got this guy, and they kicked him out of the company, and it's all said and done. It's fine, right? So maybe that's the case, and maybe we're all good now, right? Okay. No, that's not what happened, okay? Because now I'm going to tell you something way worse, all right, than everything else that just happened, all right? So get ready for this. So it's Wednesday, my day off last week, all right, the day before American Thanksgiving. So that would have been what, like November 22nd, I think? So it's November 22nd. It's my day off. And all of a sudden, right in the middle of the day, all the internet's screwed up again. And I'm like, why would it be? It's like 2 p.m. my time. I'm like, why don't I have my day off, right? Would the internet be going out or whatever, right? It doesn't make sense. Like, it's weird. I'm not broadcasting. It would be one thing if I was broadcasting a special holiday event or something. Why is my internet going out again? All right? Now, just so you guys know, one thing that the tech had told me, he's like, if this happens again, you can easily go into your modem, change the settings they've messed up, or if you want to do it the easy way, just do a factory reset. Just, if you do a factory reset of your modem, it knocks out anything they've messed with and sets it back to default, and you'll be okay. Okay? So I go into my modem, all right? And this is that Wednesday, and once again, they've done it again. This is the same picture I'm going to show you, but just to reiterate, this is basically what they did, is they did all this again, okay? A second time. And I'm like, whoa. So it's a month later, and they're doing it again. Now, I'm trying to put it in my head, why would they be doing it on Wednesday, on my day off before Thanksgiving? And it dawned on me. This is a COMCAST employee, okay? This person only has access to do this stuff certain days of the week and certain times when they're working. So likely this employee wasn't working on Thanksgiving, wasn't working on Black Friday, and I'm pretty confident they don't work weekends. It seems like this is a person who works like day shift during like Monday through Friday, but of course it would have been the holidays. So it would have, you know, they wouldn't have had access. And what I'm thinking is they know I'm going to do a Thanksgiving Day stream. They know I'm going to do a Black Friday marathon. So they're going to put this in place and try to screw up my internet the day before all that, before they're out of the office. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking in my head, that's probably what it was. They want to do it out the wall, okay? Out the wall. When they're going out the door is what I meant to say. They want to do it before they're out the door for their holiday weekend, right? Now, I fixed it. Again, what I did is, I did myself. I did that factory reset, and I fixed both modems. By the way, it was both modems. It's not just one they're doing it with. It's both modems that they're doing this to. Both of my business lines. As I said, I have 2 lines of business internet in my home. So they screwed up both modems, and I manually did the reset to both modems to fix them, okay? So that now I could have internet again. So if you didn't notice, I didn't mention this at all. I didn't mention this on Thanksgiving. I didn't mention this on Friday. I didn't mention it at all over the weekend because the thing is, I don't want to give attention to trolls, okay? But what I did is I had the regional tech manager's phone number, and I called him and I left a voicemail, and I said, you know, I'm sure you're probably not there because it's right before Thanksgiving, but I want to let you know this is still happening. So I don't know what, you know, investigation was launched a month ago, but here we are, you know, later, and nothing's happened. It basically, this person still has access. They're doing it again. And obviously, this isn't very good. I need you to look into it. I need you to call me back. Now, I don't know if you're on vacation, but call me back as soon as you get this message so we can talk about it and figure it out. So that was on Wednesday, okay? That was on Wednesday of last week, all right? So, as you know, I streamed all week, no problems, okay? No problems at all. All weekend, everything's fine. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yesterday, Monday. So think of it. Person works at COMCAST. They're only working weekdays, but they had a holiday weekend. Monday, when they would have been back in the office, the crap hits the fan. Okay? I mean, this is like, now we're getting really effing serious, because now, are you ready for this? What happened? Okay, I'm going to tell you what happened. All right? You ready for this? First of all, this happened. They went to my modem, my Comcast modem, and they enabled the Wi-Fi, and they decided to name it Insulting Things. Now, the problem is, this is publicly visible to everyone who's in the area and is driving around looking at the internet. They can see that this is available networks now, okay? So they did this. That was number one. That was the first thing they did, all right? Now, as you guys know, my internet was also going on and off yesterday. So what they were doing is, while I was broadcasting my normal stream, they were resetting my modem over and over, just pressing the reset button over and over, so I couldn't continuously broadcast, okay? So if you didn't notice, I started to ignore them. I was like, listen, if we can't keep, you know, streaming a game, then maybe what we'll do is we'll play something different. We'll do, like, I have to finish a game. I have a lingering game going on right now, and I'm like, maybe we can do the final hour of that, and even if the internet goes out, no big deal. It's only an hour, you know. So I guess that pissed the person off, because the person's like, wow, Phil's really not giving me any attention. So what did they do? I'm going to tell you what they did, all right? Now, this is where it gets scary, all right? This is where you're like, you got to be fucking kidding me. So listen to this. Since they weren't getting any attention logging into my modem and screwing with my internet, they logged into my business account itself, meaning all of the information that you have in your business account, including your name, your address, your phone number, your email addresses, your payment information, and all of that, your modem information. It's all listed in there, okay? They proceeded to not only go into there and mess with all of my information, which is against the law, by the way. You cannot do that. They also, get this, without my permission, took money away from me and made a payment towards my Comcast internet bill for hundreds and hundreds of dollars. That's fraud. That is identity theft and fraud. You cannot do that. That is a crime. That's not, oh, I'm messing with someone's internet. That's an actual serious crime. Okay? You cannot fuck around like that. And this person thinks at this point they can get away with anything. Okay? Because they've been doing it now for how many years? It's been a month since the October incident. Comcast has done absolutely nothing about it, right? So, there you have it. Okay? Now, before you say, well, what evidence do you have? Well, I'm not going to show you my payment information, and I'm certainly not going to show you anything that's private, but what I will show you is what they did to my account. Would you like to see? So they logged into my account, and they changed the name on the account. They changed the email on the account. They basically changed everything, okay? So there you go. All this information was changed to be trollish information, okay? So not only did they do all of that, as you can see, all the information changed to be troll stuff, right? Then they also, like I said, made a false payment in hundreds and hundreds of dollars towards me, okay? So this is obviously awful, right? This is not, okay, someone's messing around anymore, right? It's not. This isn't. This is, whoa, someone is seriously trying to hurt me. They're trying to take money out of my accounts and put it towards stuff that it's not supposed to be towards, right? And that's the problem. Like, that's horrible. Like, anyone could mess with my accounts now, right? If they have this access. So that is why yesterday when I was live on stream, I basically had to go offline. Like, if you remember, yesterday when I was live on stream, even though I said we were going to continue to stream and ignore the nonsense, I had to go offline because I had to immediately contact Comcast and say, you have to stop with all of this going on right now. You have to stop this payment. You have to stop this access, whatever it is. You have someone who could steal all my money out of my account. So immediately what I did is I called them, and the person who, you know, I got from billing basically said, all right, I'm going to remove everything. So he removed the payment information. All that stuff's removed from my account now. So there's no way that they could keep processing payments in my name. Okay? Thankfully. So at least that's done. All right? But the problem now with that is now all my stuff's messed up. I'm on a contract with Comcast that they call it an auto pay discount. Meaning if you have your account set up on auto pay, you put your account information into their website, you set it up, you get a discount. Now I've lost my discount. How's that fair? Did I do anything wrong to lose my discount? No. It's their own messed up system. Okay? So I was on the phone with Comcast yesterday for 2.5 hours. I talked to billing. I talked to customer, it's CSA, it's like customer security assurance, which is the fraud department. Okay? So first I talked to billing, and billing's like, we can't stop the payment yet. What we're going to do is tomorrow we're going to look into it and see if it processes or not, and if it doesn't, we can try to stop it. If not, we'll keep the amount that you need for your bill anyway, and we'll credit you the rest. It's going to come right back to your account within a few days. I'm like, that's fair enough. Okay, that's fine. No big deal. But, you know, I need to have this so that no one has access to my information anymore. And they said, okay, so we're going to put you over to the fraud department. I explained the whole thing to the fraud department. And the fraud department says, okay, so here's a ticket number. I'm like, okay, I don't know what you want me to do with this. What are you going to do? Well, we have to file it. We have to escalate it. And I said, but what are you going to do? Are you going to call me? Are you going to follow up? Well, we don't know. All I'm doing is taking your information. You know, we don't know what's going to happen. But we'll take all your information and we'll look into it. Okay? So he puts me on hold. I'm not kidding you. The agent puts me on hold for 30 minutes. Okay? 30 minutes. Saying he's going to come back and tell me the results of all of this. He never comes back. Instead, he transfers me to the residential customer support department. And the person on the line that I'm talking to says, I don't know why you're with me. I have no idea why you were transferred over to me. Because this, you know, I can't help you. This is obviously an error or the guy's messing with you. He says, so I'm going to put you back over to customer support. He puts me back to the guy in billing. And the guy in billing's like, I just talked to you for like 45 minutes and helped you as much as I could. Why did they put you back to me? I don't know. I don't know. I don't work for you. You know, I don't know what they're doing. So then he says, all right, I'm going to put you back to fraud. He calls the fraud department and he argues with the fraud department for 30 minutes that they're supposed to be helping me. Why did they put me in a circle? Right? Like, he's mad. The actual billing agent is pissed that this person in fraud seems to be blowing me off and not helping me. Okay? So he's actually arguing with him behind the scenes, and finally they put me back with fraud, and the fraud guy says, all right, so what we're doing is, you know, we're going to have this filed. You have your ticket number. Yes, there's going to be a serious escalation that will be taken seriously, and we'll be contacting you about it. Okay. Now, what we want to do is we want to transfer you over to, to, the tech support. Why? Well, maybe tech support can help you. I said, I know they can't help me. All right, whatever. Transfer me over. So they transfer me over to tech support. I explained the situation. Oh, we can't do anything. No kidding. But what we're going to do, we're going to file a ticket. Oh, good. A ticket? You're going to file me a ticket. Huh? Okay. So they file a ticket, and their end, where it says everything going on with the modem and how this person has the power to mess with my modem and all of that. Okay? So, all right, I guess, right? Fine. But will anything come of that? Who knows? Now, in the meantime, I call the regional manager of tech support twice. I actually had called him before during the day when this was all going down, I had called him and left him a voicemail saying, hey, I know that you're probably just getting back from the holiday, but this is a serious issue. My internet's going down again. I need your help. And then I called him after 2.5 hours of being on the phone with everyone else, left another voicemail. I say, hey, so just so you know, now I've been on the phone with fraud. I've been on the phone with everyone. Everyone says they're filing tickets, but no one seems to be able to help me. So what am I supposed to do when I need to broadcast tomorrow for work? I need your help. Please call me back ASAP. Okay? Now, in the meantime, I'm not the kind of person to just sit around like an idiot and let this happen to me. I'm a go-getter. I'm saying, okay, so rather than just sit around and let this continuously happen over and over and over, I'm going to do initially what I was told to do a month ago by that tech. I'm just going to get a new modem. So I went on Amazon and I bought a modem. Rush, send me a modem right now. And they did. I got a new modem last night during my late stream that's not a COMCAST modem. Okay? So it's a brand new, fresh modem. It has nothing to do with COMCAST whatsoever. All right? And I hooked it up. But with COMCAST, you can't just have your modem work. You got to call them, and you got to give them the data off the modem, and then they set it up, and then it works. So I had to call them late. It was like 11 p.m. last night, and I'm calling them. And, of course, I'm trying to get this done, right? And there you go. And then they do it, and now it works, right? So now my internet's working, all right? And it's not on the old modem, the Comcast modem anymore. It's now on this new modem, okay? This third-party modem, all right? Great. So now I should have no issues, right? I should be in the clear. They shouldn't be able to access the modem because it's not a Comcast modem. They don't have the credentials to log into the modem and mess with it. They can't change the wireless settings. They can't put on filters. They can't do any of that crap, right? And by the way, obviously, I probably should have a new IP, and I should have all this. It's all different, because remember, the thing that happens with Comcast modems is really silly. It always seeks out the same IP address, but when you swap modems, you get a new IP address, okay? So, there you go. Now, so all that, goes down or whatever, all right? And I'm like, okay, so today, hopefully, number one, hopefully I'm going to get calls from Comcast. I'm going to get support. They're going to help me. I'm going to wake up in the morning, and I'm going to have multiple departments who are on this, who are working on this and escalated it. Because when you call Comcast, oh, sir, your security is of our utmost concern. 100%. You have to understand, your security is our biggest concern. Okay? That's what they say. Now, this is someone who has access to my modem, someone who can mess with my business on a daily basis, and someone who has access to all of my business information and my payment information and is filing fake payments, committing fraud, which is a crime, and I have it all documented, that it's all happening. I've saved all the information to prove that it's happening, and I filed claims with this company. I've got 3 voicemails in with the regional tech manager. So they're going to be right on top of this, right? Now, in the meantime, just to show you that, again, I'm not a slouch on this, I actually even contacted Xfinity's social media team. And I said, I don't know what to do in this situation. And they said, you got to go to the fraud team. I said, I did. Just so you know, I contacted that fraud team and I filed claims or whatever. I don't know what's going to happen, all right? But that's what they told me. Like, that's all you can do is you can contact the fraud team and that's it, all right? So, I wake up this morning, bushy-tailed and bright-eyed. I'm ready for the day because I'm feeling positive. Things are going to go good today, right? And I check my phone. I got no emails. I got no phone calls. I got no voicemails. Nothing. Zero. Nothing whatsoever from anyone. Okay? Am I surprised and shocked? No, I'm not. But you would think that a company that takes your security so seriously, and we have documented evidence that fraud just occurred with their system, that they would probably be on it to prevent anything further from going on. I mean, we're not just talking someone's messing with you. We're talking this could be a legal issue for them because my security has been compromised and it seems to be their fault. there is an internal employee doing all of this. Okay? Well, I'm like, all right, well, I'm not expecting much, but you know what? Maybe today I will get contacted and, you know, and maybe they will handle it. I don't know. But anyway, I can stream now. Right? Right? So I turned on my stream this morning, and within a minute of it being live, the person resets my modem. So what this tells me is, even though Comcast doesn't have access to that modem, like they can't go in that modem and change its settings, they've got a reset button. And they could just hit it whenever they want. They could press it right now during this live stream. They already did. They did before, and they could do it right now again. That they have the ability to do this whenever they want, okay? Which is absolutely stupid because it's not their property. I didn't give Comcast permission to mess with my equipment. So what gives them the right to do that, right? I didn't ever give them the right to do that. You know what I mean? So they shouldn't have that access. And according to the tech that was at my house in October, they shouldn't have had access. But apparently they at least have the ability to reset the modem, because that's what they've been doing. They did it multiple times this morning when I was just turning the stream on. And I'm like, so I can't work. So I cannot do a live stream of gameplay. I cannot do a podcast. At any point during any stream, they could just keep hitting the reset button like this, right? So, I mean, I'm going to be honest here. I got a few questions for Comcast, and I would love to get answers on this. Number one, how do you have a company, all right, where you have employees that you don't monitor what they're doing? You don't have any audits of employee activity to see that there's no malicious stuff going on. What level of power are you giving your employees that they can log into modems, change settings, log into business accounts, see all the data, change all the data without permission? That's the other thing. There's no levels to prevent any of this. Apparently, they give their employees an insane amount of freedom. Okay? And the funny part is, like I said, this is proven, because some people are saying dumb stuff in the chat. It's a hacker. No. The tech looked at this modem when they were here in October and said, no, this right here shows this is an employee login. He says there's different. He says if it was a customer login, or, you know, if you see different levels of login, he says this is an employee login. That's what that is. It shows it right there. That's the answer right there. You know, this is not, you guys, I know you go, oh, you got to think of, there it is, by the way. The internet just went out. Just like I said, the internet just went out right now. So this person just hit the reset button again. They did it. And now it's going to cycle. It'll come back in 60 seconds. Okay. But anyway, this is the point I'm making, is this person apparently has unlimited power. And there's no checks or balances for this. There's no way for someone to be looking at this and say, this is wrong. This person should not have unlimited, power to do whatever they want. Like, how does that make any sense? Just think about that. How crazy that is. You give your employees unlimited power. You would think that if they have to access someone's account and do this kind of stuff, that there's got to be checks and things in place, right? Apparently not. Apparently they just can do whatever they want. They go to anyone's account, mess with anything, and there's no person auditing anyone in the company to see that they're doing things right. I mean, can you imagine the liability here for malicious actions? You know what I mean? And how many people out there have internet with one of these ISPs, Comcast or otherwise? It's not just me. How many people are live streamers and broadcasters today? What if someone has a bug up their butt about you and they don't like you for whatever reason? So now they just have the right to go in and mess with your internet and even make payments in your name, and there's no repercussions for it? There's literally nothing that can be done at all? Like, how does that seem to make any sense at all? I want you to think about that. It doesn't. Any other company that I've ever worked for, they make sure, all right, they absolutely make sure that you're doing the right thing. They audit every once in a while. They take a look at your work. They have a manager watching you from over your shoulder to see what's going on. Apparently not at Comcast. Okay? I mean, that's ridiculous. You would think that they would. So that's my concern number one. All right? Like, that's number one. I'm going to try to restart the stream here and see if it works or not. Okay? I am recording, but let me see if I can get the stream to restart. And there it goes. So now it'll restart. I had to basically click, and then it started again. So anyway, there's your example right there. My internet just went out and came back. So this person, again, hit the reset button. So they have the ability to reset my modem whenever they want. They can just reset the modem. Okay? They don't have power to do anything else. They can't mess with the settings in the modem or anything, but they can reset the modem. Okay? So that's number one. Apparently, employees at Comcast have unlimited power. They could do it. I mean, they have access to your modem. They have access to your financials. They have access to everything, and they can do whatever they want with it. And there's no, you know, who's checking, who's auditing, who's making sure that they're doing the work that they're supposed to be doing and not messing with your stuff. And again, can you imagine if you were any streamer or anything like that, right? Anyone could be at risk at this point. Anyone. All right, so that's number one. Number two, how is it that when a situation like this is identified, okay, this is a serious thing. It's fraud. It's you know, malicious actions from an employee. It's been identified. It was a month ago. This was identified by the tech. Okay? A month ago. This was identified by the tech. Not yesterday. Over a month ago. It was October 28th. Okay? So yeah, exactly a month ago actually. And supposedly that tech talked to their regional manager, and supposedly that regional manager said they were going to get involved in launching of an investigation, some kind of an internal audit security team or whatever it was. That was a month ago. Why did Comcast never contact me to tell me what was going on? Right? Why did Comcast never follow up with me to assure me that things had been fixed? Why did Comcast just blow this off? Do they think it's a joke? Do they think that my 9.5 years as a customer is a joke? Do they think that my viewer base of my business is a joke? Do they not? Or is it just that they don't care? That even though they claim, oh, your security is our biggest concern in this, they actually don't give a crap. They say all that. They blow smoke up your butt, but they don't care. I mean, right now, I can't actually contact anyone at Comcast who knows anything about this situation. If I call, you get a line level person who doesn't know anything, you tell them the situation, and they'll be like, okay, we'll file and escalate. And that's it. No one in that company takes ownership of anything. Meaning, there should be someone who's considered a direct line of contact for situations like this. You know, a problem solver, a fixer, per se, right? Someone who owns the situation and says, okay, I'm the person who's going to take ownership of this messed up thing happening to you, and we're going to fix it for you. Right? They should have people like that. They absolutely positively should have people who are responsible for fixing stuff like that, right? Should they not? Does it even make sense that they don't? Why should you just have an entire company of line level people, line level employees, right? Who have no access to anything besides a basic ability to file something. You know what I'm saying? And then the only way that it ever gets helped is what? It has to go through 20 levels of escalation, and it probably sits on someone's desk for 2 months, and it probably, you know what I mean? For something like this is like a slap bang situation. We've got evidence of malicious intent. We've got evidence that all these bad things are happening, right? There's evidence that there's employee logins into my modem and showing all the malicious stuff they changed. There's evidence someone even did a payment in my name. There should be data attached to that payment to show who issued the payment, right? So all of this should be documented 100%, right? So it's this simple, okay? They need to have someone who is going to jump on the situation and is going to fix it, okay? No more of this. You know, well, we're going to file, we're going to escalate, and you just sit around and you hope that it fixes or something goes right. No, that's not acceptable. From anyone's perspective, how would that be acceptable, right? Sit here and just file, put in the log, put in this, put in the log. I want to be contacted by someone at Comcast who says, I'm the person who's your contact on this. I'm going to own it. I'm going to make sure this gets resolved. I'm going to give you updates on it. I'm going to make sure that no one is doing anything to you. You know, we're gonna take care of this because this is a serious issue. Yes, your security is a real concern for us. You know what I'm saying? And we want you to be able to operate your business like you always have. You know, I just don't get it. How on earth do you not take it seriously, right? So now, here's the question. What do I do? Because this person, they've already reset my modem twice already, or actually 3 times during this broadcast, and can keep doing it. They can literally do it over and over and over. All right? Now, I've noticed, like I said, it seems that this only seems to happen during certain days and certain times of the day. So it seems to me like this is an employee who goes in and works a certain time of day, and that's when they have access to everything. But I've noticed usually it doesn't happen at night. It certainly didn't happen during the holiday weekend, which is weird. This is why it's really, really weird, okay? Because if this is the case, and this is going on, and it's an employee of COMCAST doing it, which all the evidence points towards, okay? The way I see it is they would have shut me down during the Thanksgiving stream. They would have shut me down during the Black Friday marathon. Like, those are far more important events. You know what I'm saying? They are. They're just far more important events than a normal daily stream. Like, yeah, yesterday it sucks. I couldn't stream Modern Warfare 3, you know, like I was supposed to. Today, right now, I should be streaming my podcast, and I should be getting to Super Mario RPG. I should. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, like, what am I supposed to do? I don't know. I honestly don't know what I can do, because it seems like anyone could just sit here and hit reset. They just did it again. This is the 4th time now during this stream. Just hit reset, reset, reset. So, I mean, it doesn't make sense. It seems like right now they're at work. And so they're at work, and they're sitting there, and they say, haha, because I'm at work, I could just keep hitting reset on Phil's modem over and over and get away with it. And they think it's funny, but at some point, obviously this is going to get caught up with them, and it's gonna get taken care of, right? So I mean, what are my options? You know, number one, I guess I've done everything that I possibly can to get help from COMCAST. I've called the regional manager more than 3 times. I left 3 voicemails and gotten no response whatsoever. I got no call back from the regional manager at all. They've completely blown me off. All right. At this point, you have to believe they're back in the office. Right. It's been Wednesday of last week was when I left the voicemail. So you're telling me by now they're still not back in the office? Like, what is that? That's crazy. Of course they got to be back in the office by now, right? So obviously that sounds like a bunch of crap. Like, you know, so that's messed up that this guy's blowing me off, whoever he is. I don't know why, but apparently he is. And then, like, again, what is my recourse here? You know, I don't know what other power I have. Now you might say, well, Phil, why don't you just why don't you stop using COMCAST? Okay, I mean, you're right. I could I could basically contact them and be like, you know, this is ridiculous at this point. You know, I feel like I don't have any confidence that you guys care about me or my business or my security, and I could cancel my accounts with COMCAST. But I don't think there are like no other internet service providers in my area that would sadly really give me the speeds and stuff that I have with COMCAST. Like right now with COMCAST, I have unlimited internet, meaning I can stream as much as I want. There's no caps or limits on the internet, so it allows me to stream as much as I need. They give me the speed I need to stream and upload. So no matter who else I go with, right? Sadly, they're not going to really give me the quality of the service that I have with COMCAST. It was the same. It was the same back in Connecticut. In Connecticut, I was stuck with Cablevision / Optimum Online, where they were the only ISP in the area that would give good internet to where I lived, and they weren't that good. Like, it had issues. So that's eventually one of the reasons why I actually moved. You know, but for me, this is just the problem here is I don't know what to do. I'm not getting any help. And that's really why I'm doing this stream and why I'm doing this video today. I didn't want to have to tell you guys this story and show you the evidence. You know, you look at something like this. This is just creepy shit. This is someone, you know, who works at COMCAST, who is a nut job. They're putting insulting things into my modem. You know what I say? Like, that's an employee of your company. And you're allowing them to do this because I told you about it a month ago, right? And no one did anything. right? So I really don't know what to do. All right? I put in all the logs, and so far I've heard nothing from Comcast. I haven't gotten a call back from the regional manager. All right? The social media team says contact the fraud department. I already did contact the fraud department. You know? And so I don't know what I'm supposed to do. You know, like how do I fix this exactly? This person could just sit there and hit reset on my modem, and they have gotten away with it up to this point. So it's obvious they're under the impression they're going to keep getting away with it, right? And I really have no recourse and no way to fix it. So what am I supposed to do? Now, it's hilarious because you got people in the chat, lawyer up. Great. How does that fix my internet exactly? I have to work. You know what you have to do when you get a lawyer? You have to pay them money in order for them to do the work. You understand that, right? You get that, right? Lawyers aren't free. So how do I pay for the lawyer if I can't stream to make money to hire and pay the lawyer? Get it? So I don't know. Some people are like pro bono. Oh, yes. Pro bono lawyers. Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, there are thousands of top-notch pro bono lawyers sitting around right now ready to take the case on this one. They're really seeing giant dollar signs of a small-time streamer, right, who can't stream consistently. Like, what? So I could, the only thing I'm thinking of is I could try to switch ISPs, but I'd have to look into, like, who are the competing ISPs and who will offer me you know, something that's similar to, because I need unlimited internet, which is what the Comcast business gives me. If you're on regular Xfinity, you can't even get that. They meter your internet, okay? So that's number one. Number two, I would need it that it's as fast as what I have. And to my knowledge, okay? To my knowledge, I don't think that anything out here is as good as what Comcast offers, right? So, everyone's saying ridiculous. Change your password. Don't you think I did? Don't you think the minute that I saw this happening, that all my passwords got changed? I mean, I did. You know, all that stuff has been changed. But this is not, they don't need my password to log into the account. This is an employee. You see, this is the point. If someone went into my modem and my account on Comcast and literally changed it to say the same malicious stuff on both, you know it's the same person, and they're given pretty much unlimited access to any customer's information with no authorization. That's my thing. Where's the authorization? There's no evidence that I called and asked for anything. They just are just doing it of their own volition. They just go in and do whatever they want, right? That's pretty insane, you know? So I really don't know what to do. I'm looking for answers. You know, this is where I'll leave this video. All right. I'm curious what the next step is. Is Comcast now going to actually step up and handle the situation? Because I had to do this today because I can't stream. I can't do my work. And people are going to say, why can't Phil do his work? This is why. I had to tell you, you know. So hopefully now Comcast will do something. And they will fix the problem. Whether it's they find out who it is, they terminate them, or they put my account under some kind of a special lockdown so no one can be accessing my stuff and messing with it, right? Like, this is ridiculous. This absolutely should not be acceptable. That someone just has unlimited power to sit there and go reset, 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 reset. Right? How is that? Nothing, no checks at all against this at all. No prevention at all within the company. You know what I'm saying? Like, huh? So, I don't know, guys. I don't know what to tell you. You know, I wish that I had a fix. I wish that I had a solution. I wish that there was a way to stop this nonsense. It doesn't seem like there is. I need Comcast to do it. I can't. But in the meantime, you know, everyone's, oh, you can lawyer up and you can do this. Those are like long-term things that can happen, right? Those are okay. Well, in the long term, you know, because here's the thing. I need to get it fixed. It's going to get fixed, right? It's not just going to sit here like this every day, all day. Eventually, it's going to get fixed, whether it's Comcast or if after a few days I've had my fill because I can't work and I decide I'm going to go get a new ISP or whatever it is, and I do that. So no matter what it is, all right, there's going to have to be some kind of a solution so that I can work again, right? Right. So whatever that solution ends up being, but what you guys are talking about is after the fact stuff. I need an immediate solution now. I would hope that it's not that I have to dump Comcast after 9.5 years of working with this company and liking the quality of internet that I get. You know what I mean? Like, the quality I get is good. I like having the 2 dedicated lines in my home, one for streaming and uploading for the business and one for everything else in my house. I like that. I like having that flexibility and you know, I never, again, until this has come to light, how horrible this situation is, this has not really been a big deal. You know, it hasn't, I've never really had major problems with Comcast like this. It's just, apparently, this is one big, messed up stuff. You know what I'm saying? One big messed up situation. So, that's where I'm going to leave it. I'm going to stop recording because my internet went down again. There's no point in me rambling on any further in this video. I've told the story. Now, I don't know. Again, if you're someone from Comcast and you can help, please contact me. I don't want to go into any kind of a bad situation here at all. All right? And if this really is just some malicious person within the company or whatever who's doing it, then let's figure it out together. Give me a point of contact to talk to and say, listen, I'm the guy who's going to talk with you now, and I'm you guys going to handle this for you, just so I have someone I could talk to. We could document everything that's going on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think needs to happen, right? Everything else is just stupid. All the other suggestions are things down the line. Because here's the thing. Yeah, if this never gets fixed, right, then I could potentially look for legal action and say, well, what about the damages? Well, I should have been able to work this day, this day, this day, and this day, and I couldn't because my internet didn't work because Comcast didn't fix the problem. And that's when you have the lawyer involved. The lawyer is not going to fix my internet. If I go grab a lawyer right now, they're not going to come to my house and fix the internet so I can stream. You hear what I'm saying? Like, that's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. So, okay. Anyway, this is where I'm going to stop recording. I thank everyone for watching the video. If you were watching the stream, you missed several portions because it kept going down because this troll kept turning off my stream, but it comes back up. All right. So hopefully, you know, hopefully this will get fixed. All right. Thank you all for listening. My apologies to all of my viewers and fans because I absolutely would love to do normal work for you guys. You know, I'm not one for drama. I don't care about this shit. All I want to do is stream and interact and have a good time with you guys, and I'm not able to do it right now because of a malicious party, right? So, all right, that's it. I'm going to end the video here. Please, someone from Comcast, contact me so that we can get this resolved because I want it to be resolved. I don't want to be in this bad situation. I just want my internet so I can work. But you guys aren't helping me right now. No one at the company has stepped up and said, I'm owning this. I'm going to fix this. Instead, I got now 2 days of work I can't work. And now we're looking at potentially more and more down the road if you don't fix this right away. All right? So, all right, guys. That's the video. Thanks for watching. If I have an update for you, I'll let you know. Okay.